things that the people around us expect.
Yeah, that's very
So
true.
it's hard to, like, if we're not projecting it onto ourselves, somebody else is also projecting it onto us. But I guess you just got to have conversations about this.
Yeah, that's true. But if, say, I've spent so long escaping my past and forgetting it, the last thing I'd probably want to do is discuss it again, right? Could that lead me again into a spiral?
No, well, your inability to discuss your past.
Oh, it shows that I haven't overcome it, really,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Or,
But then, actually, so my problem is actually what I've noticed recently. I've got a very good memory for facts and like little things that people tell me, but I'm actually forgetting a lot of what's happened in my life.
oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm forgetting a lot of experiences that I've shared with people,
Yeah, I think.
and that might be just because we live such a fast-paced life. We're continuously having experiences with people, but I really feel like I'm forgetting the major moments in my life.
I'm kind of forgetting those things as well. Like, well, I have a pretty good memory for, like, things that happened in the past. And now if I think about things that happened 10 years ago, like a crazy story.
Yeah, I can't really remember.
It does feel like a dream.
Yeah,
it feels
exactly.
like loose, like very hazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that just we're getting old?
Is it old age? But
Maybe we've been reading too much.
Yeah, but I think are we
Impotence
too busy creating new memories that we're forgetting the old memories? Maybe there's only a certain amount of space for memory in our brain, and when you create a new one, it pushes out an old one.
That's what they say.
Do they actually? Who
Yeah,
says that?
yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's just a passing thing. The thing is, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never met them. And I don't know if it's like Freud and his cousin discussing, or if it's just some comic on a tube.
So what will be interesting is actually if in 10 years, what we remember about the podcast.
Well, I've already forgotten what we've spoken about in all the other podcasts.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But we have the episodes and we'll listen to them. But will they really correlate to our memories of what it was like having a podcast?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, if I listen to the podcast that we've done, it's very hard for me to know, like, how we are sitting, what the energy like.
Exactly.
Did we have a cup of tea or?
Well, then actually, having said that, why aren't we using pictures to help us with these?
Because we don't need it. We're trying to overcome our memory, not like re-inject it with more like hyper imagery.
No, but I'm not. I don't want to escape this moment. I'd like to believe that I could remember this moment. This is a good moment to hang on to, right?
Yeah. So I think, but that's the issue, that we don't want to lose things because we feel like if we don't remember them, or if we don't like crystallize them in some form, then they never existed.
Yeah, that's so true. And like crystallizing through a picture or through a diary entry or through a...
Also, like, these are like strong forms of crystallization, but memory itself or an active, like in this moment, you're like, I want to remember this moment. So you memorize it.
Yeah.
That's a form of crystallization. And then you can take a picture. And that's another form of crystallization.
Yeah.
But also, firstly, a picture doesn't encompass...
anything.
Yeah, I mean, a really good picture could... encompass a lot,
but it only captures your emotion in that static moment,
in a second,
right? Yeah, in a second. It could and I suppose we could fake happiness for a second.
Yeah. And I think that's a lot of the time is like you go to a party and you're just like sitting there and you're like,
Yeah, and then there'll be that one moment.
And then you'll go to somebody who's like, hey, take a picture. And then like everybody thinks that you're having this, like 5-hour bonanza.
Yeah.
And really you're just crying in bed.
Having said that though, but your memory of that party, because of that picture, might be that you actually did have a 5-hour bonanza.
Yeah, it's true. Like, have you
we trick ourselves with our own memories, I think.
Yeah, that's true. And there's also this afterglow of something which was never good.
Never good. But yet we look back on it with like such fondness, right? That it really had a profound impact on our life. But maybe in that moment it didn't.
But also I feel like sometimes there's this descent, and the descent is the joyous bit. Like sometimes I go out and then I'll come back on the bus, and the bus is just great because I get that sort of like sense of aloneness and to just sit with like
but do you
energy of what was.
And do you actively reflect on what's happened during the day? Or do you just put your music in and you disappear?
I just like listen to the ambience of the city.
Really?
And then
in an enclosed setting of the bus. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just that it's that tension from like kind of not like a lack of presence with yourself and this hyper stimulus thing to just go into this like soft space where it just like everything sits. and falls, and I love that.
So I actually do really like that. And what I've realised recently is I've started doing this thing where, I'll actively ask people how their day was, but more than just like, our mothers used to ask like how school was, and would just be like, good.
My mum never asked me that.
Okay, fine. My mum she's probably just being like, why haven't you eaten?
Yeah, she probably did. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm too enlightened.
You've got rid of those bad
nonsense.
memories. No, but now I've actually started asking people, like what happened in their day. Like, do you have any good stories from the week? Just because I think we're not telling people stories of what happens in our day anymore. We're just living.
No, I think that's fucking boring. I hate like I'm just like everybody's like, how was your day? What happened? Like,
Yeah,
because they always just say, I had crisps for lunch.
No, but these are the conversations that we should be having with people. Okay, I don't care about what people had for lunch, but I do think we should be asking, how was your day? Like, did anything happen in your day? Like, do you have 3 things that you're grateful for in your day?
Oh, so that's a good question. 3 things you're grateful for.
Yeah. Like, and I think we should have that. We should be doing that more, because people don't reflect enough on the days that they've had. Like, and then that way you live more in the present if you're grateful for the things that you had in that day.
Yeah.
Although I did this the other day, and I was like,
and there's also maybe
No, but I was grateful for like 3 ridiculous. I was grateful for the fact that a patient let me play Jenga with her. And the person I was speaking to, I was like, I'm grateful for the fact that, I've got clean drinking water.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's great.
No, but that's ridiculous.
No, why? What's ridiculous about
that? Because I was grateful for that, when I was born. Like, I feel like to truly live in the moment, you've got to
but you can be grateful for that every day. Because also, like, you're grateful that you have clean drinking water today, and that you're grateful that you had it yesterday and the day before. Right? So every day is a new day of clean drinking water.
Yeah, but then if I'm only grateful for 3 things every day, I feel like one of them can't be drinking water. Well,
why can't you be grateful for more things? So like what I do...
Dude, I don't have time to be grateful for 10 things every day.
Yeah, but you have like all the things that you've been given that allow you to have time.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Use that time to be grateful for. Right?
All right, well, this is a good thing. So what are 3 things that you're grateful for today?
You?
Nothing, you can't see me, that's too cheap.
Yeah, iTunes. Yeah?
Spotify.
This Tempur-Pedic pillow. And the wind.
No, there's no wind in this room, though. I'm very hard.
Yeah, but that's why I'm grateful for it. The wind that exists.
Yeah.
No, but so I do this every night before I go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
I say 5 things to myself that I'm grateful for.
5 things?
Yeah.
So I do something similar. I do 3. But maybe if we do that, and then we wake up in the morning and we shake our head...
Yeah, so
we can truly live in it.
Thing.
Yeah, we'll do the shake our head.
No, we should wake up in the middle of the night, shake our head, go back to bed.
Do I have to set an alarm? Oh well,
well, so in like our branch of Islam, like mystic kind of behaviors, we're meant to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to meditate. Like that's the most like powerful moment in the day.
4 a.m. regardless of whether it's summer, winter, spring, or autumn.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
Really?
From 4 to 5 is when we meditate.
No way. And then you go back to sleep for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I do my meditation during the sleep. but yeah, I think other people do that.
Really? I might do that. I might set an alarm for 4, shake my head, go back to bed. Although I think that people would probably find that very annoying. If I'm just like sharing a bed with
how many people are going to know that? Oh yeah.
If I'm yeah. No, but I would never share a bed with someone. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, but I really do like. I do think. Just going back to an earlier point, we are overly dependent on our memories, and by that I mean like especially us two. And I've been exploring ways to get out of that space.
But I think what I realized, like when you said talking about your day, it is actually quite a good way of actually getting rid of that because it's like taking inventory.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, right. And then like once I
you forget, you forget about the stock, right?
Yeah.
So like once you know everything's there, then you get rid of it. Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of the time we hold on to these stories or hold on to these moments. And instead of just saying them, and then we can get rid of them, can't we?
But yeah, I think this is something like, I don't know, don't want to get like sex involved, but like women generally are quite good at talking about their day.
Yeah.
Is that like, and doing that, and I'm always like, what's the point? But like, I think it's like hugely therapeutic, and actually a lot of men are just like quite repressed, or we don't care, or like.
No, but I think we're unique.
Because I don't know if it's a male thing, but I don't care about what.
Yeah.
Unless something specifically cool happened in my day, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true. But is that because we're too concerned about the metaphysical?
Yeah, I'm just like, if you can tell me what's the relationship between like French fries and cosmology, it's so much more interesting. I don't want to hear it, like
Yeah. No, but as in I think we've got to that space where we would never be like, I had French fries for lunch. But I would say someone gave me French fries for lunch.
Yeah, but okay, so that's different. Because there's something beautiful about that. Something really like special and out of the ordinary.
So someone gave me French fries for lunch. I mean, I had to pay them to give me the French fries. But someone did give me... Someone did give me the French fries.
Yeah. So no, but that's great. That's great that you focus on that element of the generosity of somebody giving you French fries.
So actually, the reason why I brought this up, sorry, I know we're getting to the end of the podcast, but the reason why I actually brought this up, and it's not to do with my dependence on my memories, it's to do with my dependence on your memories. I realised recently that I was telling someone a story, and it was actually your story, but I'd convinced myself it was my story. And it wasn't a case of that, I was just pretending to be you in that moment. I'd actually thought that this had happened to me. And I was like, and that really messed me up because I was like, actually, how many of my memories are my memories and how many are like Ilyas's memories? And I actually did get quite scared for a bit.
But maybe that's true love, right?
Yeah, but it just goes to show you how I actually don't have any idea that my memories aren't true at all. Because it was only after that story when there was a few more questions about it, I was like, actually, this didn't happen to me. This has happened to Ilyas.
Okay, what was the story?
The butterfly story.
But
Yeah. And I was like, this is my... No, I was like, no, this happened to... Yeah.
Wait, should we tell the story?
Yeah, this is a good story. Let's end on this story.
No, but so maybe it's my story, but now it's your story.
Yeah, and also I maybe added a bit to it.
Oh, yeah.
No, but do you want to tell the story as it happened to you?
Okay, then you can tell how...
Yeah, then I'll... Okay, go for it.
Okay, well, no. So basically I was in Cafe Nero and I was trying to do some work.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting down and this man comes in and he's kind of got this, like grey trousers, nice shirt, a little waistcoat, kind of like rotund British fellow with grizzly hair and stuff. And he has like an Arabic prayer hat on as well. And he sits down and...
he doesn't order anything.
He's got... Yeah.
He doesn't order anything.
Well, he's got a sparkling water. And he's got a briefcase. So he sits down, puts his sparkling water down, stretches his face, pours the water, has a sip, and then opens his briefcase. He lifts up the briefcase and out of it he brings like 2 A3 sets of butterflies. And then he does another face stretch and he begins to examine the butterflies, like... over this, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy's incredible. I need to talk to him, but I had a lot of work to do, so I was like, I'm going to focus down for 20 minutes, and then I'll like talk to him. So then I Google what is the kind of the right word for butterfly expert or whatever.
Working hard.
And it was too long, so I decided not to say it. So I was like, so are you a butterfly aficionado? And he's like, I'm friends with the Prince of Qatar. I went to visit him in Ealing, and he told me, Paul, you need a hobby. So I went to the British Library, looked up some butterflies, and printed out a set of A3 copy of butterflies.
Yeah.
And now I am examining them. It's quite amazing that they're so colourful. Butterflies don't see colour. So why are they so colourful? It's quite puzzling. And then he goes on this whole stream of incredible things. And it was just like the most poetic... Yeah, it was just the most poetic kind of things he would say because they were so detailed but so concise and so irrelevant. Like, he says, I went to McDonald's. I ordered a hamburger, some chips, and an orange juice with ice. And the idea that he mentioned that he had ice in his orange juice to me was just like...
amazing. It's poetry.
It's just...
Also, incredible. So number one, his memory is excellent. Number two, your memory of that is excellent. Number three, my version of that story is wildly different.
Wait, what?
So my version of the story is I'm in Cafe Nero. Similarly, a rotund gentleman in this, I say a bizarre, like Australian type sun hat, comes in and he opens his briefcase and he pulls out an A4 picture, an A4 piece of paper.
It's A3. Okay.
Yeah. So I say A4 and it's a picture of a butterfly. But you know when you have a small picture and you blow it up, it becomes all blurry. So it's all blurry and he's just staring at it. So I go, and then he puts it down, pulls out another A4 piece of paper with a blurry butterfly and just stares at it. So I go over to him and I'm like, can I get you a drink? What is going on here? Like, tell me about these butterflies. And he says